welcome back to the Bad Movie Reviews channel, hosted by none other than Daniel and myself, Ben. And we'll be reacting to a film that probably will make $1 billion. Whether it'll be good, we'll find out.
Yeah.
It's Disney's The Little Mermaid, so the live-action film of the classic, obviously, animated film, which I love, The Little Mermaid. I don't know if you've actually...
Yeah, I've seen it.
Seen
both.
Seen both? Okay. Straight to Disney DVD Dan, obviously over here. I don't know if I've seen both because back in those days it was, the first one made Monty and then the second one was
like
straight
Lion
to
King
DVD.
1 and
Lion
2.
King, Simba's Pride, classic film. No, but Little Mermaid live action film, which an original teaser's been out, but nothing of a trailer. So it'll be interesting to see because obviously live action wise, in general, you've really only had Avatar, which recently came out, be a bit of a start for these underwater films. So
we'll find. I'm interested to see how it goes. They seem to be doing a lot of remakes of Disney films, which I'm all for.
I'm all for if they're good.
That's what I'm. I just need the good.
Yeah, if they're good. Like I enjoyed the live action Beauty and the Beast for what it was.
I loved Aladdin.
Aladdin, I enjoyed. There was, you took certain moments out, but I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed majority of them. The Lion King one I also thought was brilliant in terms of the photorealism and things like that, but it did lose a bit of its character.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the hard thing as well, which I guess you're dealing with animated animals in this as well. So without further ado, we'll hop into it and we'll give you our top of the line reactions that you all come here and pay for.
All hands on deck! Abandon ship! Check the code, man! Over here!
You broke the rules. You went to the above world.
A man was drowning. I had to save him.
This obsession with humans has to stop.
I just want to know more about them. Ariel! Don't!
Poor child. I can help you. You can't live in that world unless you become a human yourself.
Is that even possible?
That's what I live for.
Something about you seems different. I can't quite figure it out.
She got legs, you idiot!
It's interesting that the first trailer's coming out now, being that it's only releasing in May, so we're only 2 months away. What were your overall thoughts?
I thought it looked gorgeous.
I must admit, the outside looks unreal, and the sections where you're dealing with the start of the trailer, it felt very pirated. It looked gorgeous in the water movement and things like that. But my initial worry, and it kind of actually showed in this film, it's still there, is the underwater scenes look so oddly lit. It's Avatar lit the water scenes so well, and when you're watching this, it's they're at the depths of the ocean, and it's there's a sequence where they're obviously dealing with other mermaids and even the fish, and it's just all the same lighting, but one ray of light, for instance, coming through, and it just looks a bit weird.
I agree, but if you're trying to stay faithful to, I guess, the Disney film itself, it's
Well, you got to
fairly
stay.
accurate.
You got to stay faithful, but you also got to be
Realistic?
No, you also got to be like innovative in what you're doing rather than just like picture from picture. But it is directed by Rob Marshall, which is an interesting one because he's directed like Chicago and Memoirs of a Geisha, which are both great films. And the Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides, not so much. Into the Woods, not so much. I did enjoy Mary Poppins Returns. So he's become a bit of a Disney churner and part of their monopoly in a way, which isn't a bad thing. He's securing that bag. But I think just looking at it and having all these kids that have grown up since obviously the first one come out, like their parents and like people my age would have seen The Little Mermaid and they'll be showing their kids, like my sister who's had a baby, like even though she, you know, she's 9 months old or whatever, like she probably won't remember shit, but she would like, you know, it's like, it'll make so much money and it looks good.
Yeah.
And Halle Bailey, I think her name was. Let me confirm that, who's playing Ariel.
I was say Halle Berry, but that's a completely different person.
No, it's Halle Bailey who's playing Ariel, which is she's mainly, I guess, a singer, and then obviously ventured into the aspect.
Well, she got the
film.
props for singing. That's for sure. She got the lungs for it.
You can hear her voice, and it's an unreal voice, but it'll make the money. I know it will, and I think they know that because it's not really failed them before in terms of live action remake. But I just hope it's good. Like that it looked good, but my issues with like the lighting and the underwater scenes are kind of prevalent. But everything outside like looked beautiful. Like some of the shots were really nice. It's just whether that, and to be fair though, I'm only really going off what James Cameron's previously done because you know when you're dealing with underwater scenes that have been lit like that, which he created literally new technology to do that.
How do you compare like a film where he's invented a new IMAX camera?
But
that
funnily
can go
enough,
underwater?
it's probably the same budget. You know what I mean? Like that's the hard thing. Is like
Yeah.
Avatar 2 had a budget. I think of like they filmed both at the same time, but like 3 and 2. But I think there was like a $200 million budget, and the budget for Little Mermaid will probably be similar. I'd say, considering it's live action remake. They know it's going to make money.
So the hardest part about doing these remakes, though, is you've people want you to stay faithful, but they want you to be innovative at the same time. But you have an expectation already there, and you have to exceed it. And if you don't, your movie sucks. So it's a really hard gig to follow up on.
Yeah, but then
sometimes.
in my opinion, don't do it.
Oh, agreed. Agreed.
If you're really worried about like weighing those two options up,
if you're not going to make a better film,
don't do it. And Disney have made some great films along the way that are original, that haven't got sequels. I mean, at the end of the day, it's obviously financial business. Like they're not going to do what's going to make the money. This will make the money. But if it's a bad film, it'll just give them bad rep. And like realistically, it's probably not going to be a bad film, right? We know the source material. It's just going to be the same. It's just whether it like invents itself and has some new, you know, things along the way.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting in terms of the story. It's just whether it looks good. You've obviously got Melissa McCarthy playing Ursula. That's an interesting casting. I didn't mind that from what we saw.
I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, but we know where it goes. But in terms of her acting, that's probably the main thing. Which I know she can act. She's been nominated for Academy Award, and she's been
unless they
great
change
in her
up the
dramatic
ending,
roles.
like they did with Mulan, where like everyone was like, "Oh, it's a completely different film," and then the directors and writers came out and was like, "We actually tried to be different. That's why it's a different film." And people were like, "Well, you missed this." I'm like, "That's because it's a different film." So I'd be okay if they gave it a new crack, but just stole those characters and some songs. I'll be okay with some of that, but we'll see.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's out in a few months, so I guess other than that, that's our opinion on the trailer.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing it and we'll be reviewing it. So if you come back on this channel in 2 months' time, we'll be having a review up and we can, you know, come back to this and know that our thoughts were vastly incorrect or incredibly on the spot. So in the comments below, let us know what you think of the trailer. If you're excited, if you're not, I'm sure it's probably mixed. So other than that, thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.